Alright fam, nice little dinner of champions. We got our steak 2 medium rare New York strips. We're doing a little mini Takis review today. Those frozen joints. I'm gonna try these out. Of course, got my Brussels sprouts, little sea salt, little pepper, garlic, herb, mussels. King size bowl. What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back with another video on the channel, and we've got a lot to cover today, which doesn't seem legit because I don't have that much food compared to what I normally eat. If you were watching this and you watched my video yesterday, then you saw I did the Burger King reviews. That was done in the same day, so that was done about 4 or 5 hours ago. So I had to factor in, even though I didn't really finish the food that I tried, the calories. So I had to subtract about 500 to 600 calories. Given the fact that I had sushi the day before, I was already having to subtract. So it is what it is. But little update, I did actually walk around. If you saw the video, I was walking around 90-degree heat. You could see the sweat droplets on my face. I actually walked around with this, and I didn't open it on purpose, once again. So the coldest water, I'm going to try once again and see if the ice cubes are still intact. So that was about 4 or 5 hours ago. I can't show you guys because it'll fall apart. Look. They are 100% still intact. And even though my drink is slightly watered down, because I guess some of the ice did melt, it's a little watery, which I don't like very much. The drink is cold, but I'm not going to cap and sit here and act like the drink tastes good because, well, I use regular drink. Actually, there's still water in here, isn't there? This is water. That's, look. Oh, God, goodness. There's water. There's water in there. I'm bugging. I'm totally bugging. I forgot I put water in it because I drink water during the day. And I'm expecting this. my pink lemonade, and I got water. So I was like, yo, this is watered down, but it's actually water. But the water is cold. It is very good. So it is legit. I said this before. My only gripe, if you watched the video I did 2 days ago, which is a mukbang, I spilled my drink halfway across this because I put way too much because I'm just expecting more. You know what I mean? So I got to get the gallon joint. If you do want one or you want a giveaway, I'm doing a giveaway with the coldest water. The link is below. Also, the link to the actual website. I'm definitely going to myself personally buy the gallon one. I said it before. It's not a lie. It's coming out of my own pocket. I'm getting the gallon one. I don't care. And also the link to the shop is there. I do have a discount code. It's King Shrats, but all of the descriptions will be below. But let's get into the video at first. Let me get these out of the way because I don't want them to get cold. They're fresh out of the air fryer. So I wanted to try these. These are the Takis, the Totino's version. If you don't know what Totino's are, they make pizza rolls. Most people know what pizza rolls. You love them. I love pizza rolls. I am self-admittedly not the biggest fan of Takis. Look, if you're gonna butcher my mispronunciation, I don't care. I call them Takis, okay? Caramel, Takis, it's a Taki, okay? I'm Taki, so that's what this is. So these are the Fuego ones. Most people get the purple bag when it comes to these, but they made like a pizza roll version. Now, I believe, yes, it says hot chili pepper and lime seasoned bites. So that's the outside. You can see these are from the air fryer, so they're crunchy. I did toast them. I didn't just microwave them, so I don't like soggy pizza rolls. With a cheesy, very, very small imitation mozzarella, we say mozzarella, but whatever, filling. So, without further ado, I'm interested to see what these are like. I don't know if microwaving them would have made the inside stand out more. It's not bad, but the outside, I do like it toasted because it's not soggy. It's still got that nice crunch to it. The actual seasoning on there, it's not as overpowering as the normal chip, where I feel like I'm just like flavored like almost too much. I usually have a hard time with that. I have a hard time with the limao chips. If you saw that review, which I believe was with the Popeye sandwiches, you just gotta browse my page. I've got a lot of stuff on here which is hidden in other stuff. It's like pageception, which isn't really what Inception means, but I'm not going into that whole thing. That's not what Inception means. Whatever. I'm actually a fan of these more than I'm a fan of Takis. The inside got a little cream going to them. You can see it. Cream shell. It kind of just tastes like regular like pizza cheese, like in a pizza roll. Same cheese, I'm guessing. Wow. I'm actually shocked at how much I like these. I'm not the biggest fan of Takis, but these are actually dope. It's almost like a seasoned mozzarella stick, which is right up my alley. Semi-creamy fake mozzarella cheese is what I expect from a pizza roll, so that's what I expected. The seasoning is not overpowering at all, like I said. You can see. You're just getting ran through. Fan. I'm almost regretting the fact that I only made 10. Because you could easily smash this whole thing. It doesn't have that really, really bold Takis flavor, but it's there. And it's enough that you want to keep eating it. Whereas when I eat Takis, I usually want to stop eating them because it's like too much, which is weird. But with these, wow, no complaints, man. These are good. Let me tell you what. I found these at Walmart. If you can get your hands on these, definitely cop these. I'm shocked at how much I like these. It's got a nice hint of lime going on in there. That hot chili pepper seasoning. Nice crunch to it. I say put them in the oven. I know it says microwave, but I don't like soggy stuff. So if you put them in the oven, if you don't have an air fryer, do that. It comes 60 in a bag. I only make 10. I'm putting these right back in the freezer. There's still 50 in here. Look. I only make 10 because I still try to count my calories and all that good stuff. I did waste it on Burger King today, so I only did 10, which is like maybe like 150 calories. I just factor that all in. But must cop with these for sure. Out of 5 stars, I give them 5, man. I have no complaints about these. They gotta do more stuff like this. This is legit. I like these better than the actual chip. I almost want to go make the rest of these. I'm not gonna lie. 5 out of 5 stars though. If you were here for the review, thank you for coming. Otherwise, you can sit back and watch it. So I do enjoy people coming and vibing me. It's kind of a boring meal for most people, but the Takis, it's done. I love y'all. Enjoy these. Definitely approve. If I had a stamp of approval, I don't have a graphics guy yet. If I can get one, put a nice stamp of approval on there, it would definitely be. Those are dope. But today, I did some garlic, wine, mussels. You don't know, I really, really, really love my mussels. So get in there. You know I love my mussels. I don't even need hot sauce with these. They're just slurp alert. So good. I got my steak. Let me cut you a piece up there. These are New York strips. It's my second favorite cut of steak, actually. My first is the ribeye, but these seem to be a little leaner, a little more price effective. I didn't sort of do that, did I? I'm sorry. Oh, so good season. If you didn't see how I make steak, I did make a video on that. When I browse the page, it is on there. I'm sorry I didn't show you, but I'll get you one now. Sorry about that. Excuse my manners. Here we go. It's dripping, look. It's drippy drip. See that drip? Drip for me. Oh, that's the one right there. Hold on. I've been eating more steak recently. No complaints. And of course, the thing that nobody likes, but I absolutely eat a ton of, are Brussels sprouts. Very underrated in the food game. This for me is like my low-key kind of meal. On days that I'm trying to like not really eat a ton, you know, like I said, I had probably about 3 bites of a Whopper, maybe 4. I know I had less than half. And then I brought it home and gave it out. I'm not gonna say who I gave it to. I was like, yo, fam, you wanna try this? You know, I got the homies and sometimes they just don't wanna try stuff that I have, but this is how I like my steak. See that nice pink inside? I know we've had this conversation before. I just can't do so well done. Some of you got back. Thank you for commenting. Some of you have backgrounds where you had well done, which I totally get. I did too. I told the story before. My dad never ate well done steak, but first time I had steak, I didn't know how to order it. I ate at my friend's house. They put ketchup on it. It was a nightmare. But get it how you live. I mean, certain things. I've definitely evolved as I've gotten older. As a kid, I didn't eat anything. I rarely ate any kind of vegetables other than maybe corn. I think I ate sweet peas. But I don't like broccoli. I definitely don't like Brussels sprouts. Any of that stuff. I didn't like peppers. I didn't like onions. I wouldn't even eat salsa because it had like, you know, little chunks in it. Even like Tostitos, which is like, you know, like really basic salsa. Not in the sense of flavor. I'm not trying to like bash Tostitos. I still eat Tostitos. Like, but in the sense of like the chunks are very soft and the texture's not there like it wouldn't like in a pico. Which now I absolutely love pico de gallo. So it just goes to show you, I think as you get older, you've got to retry stuff. I didn't eat any fruit as a child. None. I still don't eat much fruit. That's a frequently asked question. I answered in my FAQ. Like I said, you gotta browse the page. A lot of stuff, a lot of content. But I didn't really eat any fruit. Here's a true story. I always got stories, don't I? But when I was a kid, I refused to eat fruit. You know, my dad, I still give him crap for this too, till this day. You know, me and my dad had a really good relationship. Like, I'm not saying this negatively. You know, my dad could be a bit of a disciplinarian as a kid, but not like bad, but like he made me follow rules, you know, like not in the sense of like anything that I would say was negative impact or stuff like that. Like, did I get whoopings as a kid? Like, yeah, but I know the era is different, so like you don't do that stuff anymore, but a lot of parents, especially the old school ones, would do things. And me, I wouldn't eat a banana. Refused to. He says, good for you, eat it. So he made me. And I remember sitting there, I think I was like 5 or 6, and like forcing myself to eat a banana like really slowly. I was like nibbling on it. It took me like an hour. And till this day, I still hate bananas because of it. I remember one of my friends told me that they had a similar story about vinegar, which I love the taste of vinegar, you know, oil and vinegar on sandwiches, things of that nature, and they used to get punished by having their look at the pink. I know y'all don't. Some of y'all don't like that, but that's what you need, man. He used to get punished. They put a rag with vinegar every time that he cursed in his mouth. And to this day, he can't eat vinegar. So, I went down the wrong hole. Never happened to you? I have to play that off like a cheat. Yeah, never happened to you in a setting where like you swallow something and it goes down the wrong pipe and you're like, especially now. But a lot of people have similar things that they can't eat when they were children or something like that. I had bad experience with it, so now I still can't eat it. So fruit, bananas, even any kind of cold fruit just reminds me of it. The only kind of fruit that I'll eat is pineapple or oranges, and they have to be in something. Pineapple I'll eat if it's cooked. I do like fruit juice, which goes to show you it's not a flavor thing. It's more of a texture thing. So it kind of happened, and now I still can't eat it. But as I've gotten older, the variety of things that I eat, even things yesterday I ate sushi, and a lot of people say, you know, I tried sushi the first time, I absolutely hated it. I actually just answered. Somebody said they ate sashimi, which is, if you're not familiar, sashimi is sushi. It's the raw fish, but there's no rice, and no nori as in a roll, and no rice as in nigiri. So, I'll put it this way. If you're a person who's never had sushi, that's like level 9 out of 10 sushi. Like, that's hardcore. You know, you're literally just eating raw fish at that point. When I started eating sushi, it was more as a teenager. My pop took me to a sushi joint, local one, and, you know, he kind of told me, he was like, you know, try the rolls, but don't get the raw fish. So I started with like chicken. Like, I had a chicken roll. It was like tempura chicken, a spicy chicken roll, and a spicy shrimp roll, but the shrimp was cooked. So that's what I started with. And as I got older, you know, I enjoyed the combination of, you know, the nori, the seaweed, the rice, and that kind of stuff. And it kind of was like, okay, well, you know, let's try the spicy tuna, because spicy tuna has like the spicy mayo in it. So it's a little more enjoyable for a novice than, you know, I took that like a G. It's still here. I was going to do that. Then, you know, eel, which is like, a lot of people that eat sushi still don't eat eel. I didn't start eating eel until I was about maybe 3 years ago, and I've been eating sushi for the last 15 years. So, eel for a lot of people is like the hardcore one. I personally love it now, and I kind of like, I'm now, I consider myself a quote-unquote foodie, so My rule is to try everything twice. Some things I won't like, some things I will. But I've noticed that I like a lot more stuff now. So my, not advice, but I know people want to eat certain stuff, and they don't, is to kind of just try it now. Try things that are a milder version of it. For example, like pineapple. I eat it now in rice. Maybe I'll eat the raw stuff later, but I don't like raw vegetables. I still like the texture because of that childhood thing. It just bothers me. But I'm getting much better. 5-6 years ago, I wouldn't eat any vegetables unless they were like in the steam bag. And then I started buying them raw to cook them. So I'm almost evolving over time. But my advice would be to do that. I think it would help you in the long run. You'll be able to enjoy more food and things like that. There's not too many foods now that I don't like. Raw vegetables and fruits being one of them. The one, another food that I really okay. That's just, that's the fat. I'm sorry. I love the fat on steak, right? See that happy? Makes me happy. But a lot of people make it, and I want to eat it so bad. So bad. I can't. I try so hard. Salad. Some of my friends, some of the people on social media, people in front of me, go to a restaurant. These freaking salads, man. These salads look so good. They're eating salad, kind of like the grilled Caesar on the top, with the little, like the tomatoes on the side, and the dressing be like on the top with the croutons. Like those really dope loaded salads. Like I wish I cannot stand lettuce. And for the longest, I'm still transitioning to YouTube. So most of my interaction comes from Instagram because that's my longest thing that I've been doing. So but for the longest, whenever I make tacos, go to Taco Bell, make homemade tacos, or anything that normally has lettuce on it, people look at me and go, I have 7 heads because I don't like lettuce. And they're like, why don't you eat the lettuce? Where's the lettuce? I'm like, I don't like it. I'm like, why don't you like lettuce? And I don't know how to answer you because I don't like it. Why don't you like what you don't like? I want to like lettuce. The salads, the tacos, when they got the on the top, like I eat now, recently. Like fish tacos come with like the cabbage, the slaw on the top, I eat it now. Me. You couldn't catch me anywhere near that stuff as a young man. But now, it's delicious. Oh, damn, I didn't need a knife, look, from right off. Delicious. I want to eat it. Another food. I can't even talk about foods I don't like as I'm eating. But I hate. And a lot of people, especially the guys coming from the gram, you guys know. Because I've said it. Especially like my OGs. Because there's people that have been on my channel for years. So they know a lot of things about me because the live streams are heavy. But my least favorite food in the world, you cannot get me to eat one. You can't even put it in my hand. True story. Call my stories again. I think I was like 8 or 9. My first cousin, we're still close, serving in the Navy now. It's my dude. Proud of him. He's doing his thing, protecting our country, all that good stuff. But we're about the same age. I'm a year older than him. He thought it would be funny as a kid to put, I want to curse, but I can't because they demonetize you. Put a pickle in my hand. I projectile vomited everywhere. Probably not the best thing in the world to be talking about while you're eating. That's how much I detest pickles. I don't dislike pickles. I loathe them. I can't, if it's on my sandwich, I don't want the sandwich. You cannot just take a pickle off the sandwich. That juice, the juice, it gets in the sandwich and it gets in there and it, Any girl who's ever dated me, if you eat a pickle, I won't kiss you. I can't. I'll throw up in your mouth. If you date me, you have to like give up pickles. I don't know what I'm giving up for you, but I guess not talking to any other women, but it's a terrible thing to say. I don't know what to say. Listen, don't try me. I can't do it. I tried. I mean, and you know what makes me mad too? You know how you go to the burger joints? And I'm not talking about like fast food. Like fast food, you get no pickles, you ask no pickles. But why is it when you go to a restaurant and you order a burger, right? Why do they have to assume that I want the pickle? Why are you assuming that I want that pickle on the side? Because now what happens is what you've created is a pickle controversy where I've got no choice but to not eat about 42 French fries that have touched the pickle juice because you slapped a big pickle spear on the side of my plate. When we used to go to diners, me, my brother, my best friend Sam, and whatever else happened to be around us at the time, but it was usually us two and a handful of other people on rotation. But we went to the diner at one point. Like I said, lifting weights and cleaning plates was kind of our life. Other series, I can't wait to bring that back. But we go to the gym, especially when I just got home from college because I wasn't working full time yet. We go to the gym. I would then, from the gym, we would go to the diner. We did it every single night. I have a piece of bone. Excuse me, I don't want to show you this because I think it's gross to look like. I'm gonna hide that from you. I can't see it. There was a piece of bone on the side. It's okay though. But we go to the diner, and I would usually get like, I was like really bro at the time, even though like I had more body fat back then than I do now. But I ate cleaner, I swear. We go to the diner, I would get like a grilled chicken wrap, with fries. Or if I thought I was really doing something, I'd get mashed potatoes, which have more calories than French fries because they use heavy cream and butter in them. But they weren't fried though, so I would do that. If I would get the fries, waffle fries. They had waffle fries at the time. Doesn't matter. I'm a chatty person, but they put the pickle when I first got there, like the first 5 times. Once we became regulars, the waitress that we saw us always knew not to put it on there. When I first always put the pickle. Always pickle. So I used to look at the pickle and I would go look at Sam, just like this. I go, it's like, what? Get it. I would make him take the pickle off my plate. I couldn't touch it. I can't touch it. Oh my god. They got little like bumps on them. Nah, bro. I'm not afraid of much. But you could turn me into like a baby when it comes to pickles. Like, don't bring it near me. And I'm the type that like, I get stung by a bee. I've been stung 27 times by bees. At once, when I was a kid. There was this dude. I said dude. I was going to say something else, but I'm not. He was a child. Same age as me. I was at church camp. My grandmother made me go to church camp in the summer. Nothing wrong with church. I didn't like church camp. It was almost like Sunday school. Like, you don't like doing that. You just do it because, like, you need to do it. So, I'm going to go to church camp. And we're in the woods. La, 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 la. About 10 of us. This little kid. Never forget it. I'm not going to say his name, but I still remember it till this day. Till this day. He decided to be a good idea. Stupid. He decided to be a good idea. There's a freaking beehive. Low hanging on a tree. Right? It was on a branch, but it wasn't high. It was like you could jump up and hit it. So this kid decides. I get triggered thinking about this. He decides to throw a rock at it. You ever see the movie My Girl? Very sad movie. I'm old. Right, Macaulay Culkin. Same idea. But we didn't, nothing that bad happened. But this kid throws a rock at the beehive. Bee starts swarming. Beehive falls. This kid kicks the beehive. Boots it. Bro. They were pulling stingers out of me for like an hour and a half. I got it worse than anybody, and this is why. About 20 yards away from this beehive was a pool. So everybody ran and sprinted for the pool. Now mind you, I'm about 4 or 5 years old. I'm a child. I'm not tall. So even in 4 or 5 feet of water, I can't really stand up in it. So we all sprint to this pool, and everybody dives into the pool. Great idea. But somewhere in there, while I'm running, I realize that I can't freaking swim. So I stood at the edge of the pool and got stung while everybody else was just diving underwater. So they might have gotten like 1 or 2 in the ear. Not me. Hands, face, chest, legs. They were pulling stingers out in other places. Not that place, but not like behind me. I don't want to be demonetized. I pulled a stinger out of there. I just remember the loudest buzzing sound and bees everywhere. Most people be traumatized by that, right? Till this day, I'm not afraid of bees. I got stung by a bee 2 days ago while I was walking. I had a couple of my friends with me. Right? I was walking around. I happened to run into Sam. I said this. Walking. Bee stings me in a freaking calf. I didn't see it. But I knew what it felt like. My reaction was, got the calf. That was what I said. I said, got the calf. So what? I got stung. I went home, pulled the stinger out. Called it a day. Spiders don't scare me. Bugs. Pickles. Yeah. Pickles terrify me. Kryptonite. They're so nasty and they stink. That pickle smell, I don't like dill because of it. Dill is like not bringing in point and drop my knife. Clean table. No dill. Can't do it. The only other thing that I don't like and I won't go, like, I just think it'd be stupid to go near it, are skunks. About a year ago, my dog Bane got sprayed by a skunk, and I didn't see it. So, my backyard has lights, but they're like motion sensors. And usually, when I let my dogs out, I check first outside. I let the lights go off, see what's going on, and then I let them out. I go outside with them. I don't leave them outside by themselves. I'm outside with them for however long they want to go out and run around like madmen, which they do. You know. That's at nighttime. During the day, they want walks and stuff like that. But at nighttime, they're in the yard. Because I don't want to walk around with a pit bull and a German Shepherd, you know, at 11 o'clock at night. I think that probably scares some people. But so I play in the yard. And I would check because there's a group of stray cats that like to hang out in my backyard. And I don't want anything to happen. So I just check outside. So I checked. The coast was clear. All right. Went back inside. Took my dogs. All right, guys, let's go. Bringing dogs out, and all of a sudden I just hear Bane sneezing like crazy. You know how dogs sneeze. And I'm like, man, what's wrong with this dog? So I have a flashlight on my iPhone. I have a flashlight, and I walk up to him, and his eyes are bloodshot red. And all of a sudden, I just smelled it. I went, son of a. He got sprayed right in his face. Eyes were bloodshot. I had to like wash him like. You know, they told me there's like solution. I called the vet, and baking soda, and all this crazy other stuff. The shampoo. Then you only use shampoo. It was like a MacGyver mix that I had to come up with of household items. So I washed them off. Max, my other dog, didn't get sprayed at all somehow, even though he's usually no less than 2 feet away from Bane at all times. In fact, somewhere to the right of me, outside of this room, Max and Bane are somewhere laying next to each other like 2 lovebirds. They're both guys, not like that, but Max didn't get sprayed at all. I smelled every part of him. No spray. Bane's face, like right here. You can taste it. Like you can smell it. I watched him so many times, and it was so not annoying, but like, you know, I'm like a dad, so I'm like, still okay? He's gonna go blind because the way his eyes were red. I'm like, oh man. But you know, he's fine now. But now I like really check every like nook and cranny and crevice to make sure, because that was not fun. So now I don't like skunks. You usually can smell a skunk from like far away. But that day, that thing was like a ninja. And he sprayed my boy, one of my 2 kids, Peyton, my dogs are my children, right in the face. So ever since then, every time I like smell skunk, you gotta see me. I turn into like the Terminator. I go with my dogs, I'm like, get to the chopper! I'm not even kidding, I'm crazy. When I smell it, I make Bane come near me, because Bane's a little more of like the hound of the two dogs. Like, he's always sniffing trails, and he didn't try to attack it. In fact, there's been other animals in the backyard, he never attacked them. He would just like chase them, and if they got near them, he would like smell them. Like, that's what he did, and that's why he got sprayed in the face, because he probably smelled the skunk. You know, Bane's not aggressive, but he's like the hound, you know. Max is a little more like aloof, where he's just like runs into stuff. He's very clumsy. He tries. He's a German Shepherd, but I swear he's mixed with some kind of husky, because he howls and he does other things that huskies do. Like, when, you know how huskies, like, there's videos of them where they like talk, you know, the dog like, and it sounds like I love you. He does that kind of stuff. So I think he's mixed, because German Shepherds usually have the dark face. He has the light face, so I looked up like husky mix, husky German Shepherd mix, and he looks like one. Now, I adopted him from someone who purchased him from a breeder, and they said he was purebred. I think they got worked. That's my personal opinion. He's got some husky traits. He definitely has German Shepherd traits, but German Shepherds usually aren't as clumsy as my boy is. Sometimes, because my car is in the backyard, I have like a what do you call, like a covered driveway, not a garage. I have a shed and a covered driveway, that kind of deal. And how many times Max will just like run into my car? Like, I'm like, all right guys, let's go inside, and he's like, I'm like, what the hell is wrong? I say it all the time. Like, what is wrong with you? You know? I don't know if you guys do this, but like, do you call your dogs like almost like a friend, like mean names, but like a term of endearment? So sometimes, like with Max, I'll be like, "Come on, dummy." You know, I don't think he's a dummy. Like, only I'm allowed to talk about my dog. Someone else was like, "Wow, he's a little," and I'm like, "Hey, he's trying." That was my reply. I'm defensive about him because he's my boy, but he's a little clumsy. He runs into stuff a lot, a whole lot. But as you can see, I have a great relationship with my dogs. You know, Max was kind of like a dog that got thrown into my lap. People were in a relationship and they bought a dog, and they were in a place where they couldn't have pets, but they bought it anyway. So of course they had a landlord. The landlord found out. I get a call because they know I love dogs. Hey, you want a dog? I'm like, I don't know. I kind of have. They go up. You love him. Here it goes. Came over the next day, dropped the dog off right there in my front door. Walks in the front door. You're gonna love him. Here's the stuff. Here's his papers. Here's his shots. Here's all the stuff. You gotta take him to the vet this time. Blah blah. There you go. See ya. Oh, and if you need some food, you gotta buy this. Oh, thanks. You know what the dog does? They closed the door. He looked at the door. He looked at me, and he took a dump right there. And I said, "Oh, buddy, this is gonna be fun," because Max is like my second child, in the sense of, people with children probably can tell you, like, you know how the first child, when like something happens, like the first child hits their head or like swallows a quarter, and you're like freaking out, and then other people will have kids are like, it's fine, you know? But then your second child will like fall off the top of the house. I'm exaggerating, but do something even worse, and the parents like, because like you're so like calm now. So that's how I am with Max as compared to Bane. Like, Bane, something would happen, I'd be like, oh, I gotta call that, I'd freak out. Whereas like Max like runs into my shed, you know, he jumps in the bushes, he gets like scratches on his paws, I gotta clean them. I'm just like, oh god, like I gotta clean these, you know. Like, whereas Bane, if the same thing happened, I would like freak out, be like, are they gonna heal, blah blah blah. But like now I'm so like well versed to having a dog. Like, Bane is right now is 6, and Max is almost 4. He's not 4, but he's almost 4. So he's a full-grown boy, but he's still. Sometimes I'm like, how are you like still doing puppy stuff? And I still say it to him, but you know, anybody with dogs will tell you, like, you love your dogs. They'll drive you crazy. And people that say they want to get a puppy, make sure you have patience. They're great. They're so great. They're lovable. They're like an extension of your family. Or for me, they're basically my family. They're the only 2 faces that I see on a daily basis are my dogs. But puppies, they're cute. they'll drive you nuts. You ever stand outside with a puppy for 45 minutes so they can go to the bathroom and they don't go, and then they come inside and then they go? Because you will. They're going to poop on your rug, or they're going to pee on your carpet. If you're crate training them, they will bark till all hours of the night for you to let them out. You're going to let them out? Because now you set a precedent. So, it's great. It really is. Like, I wouldn't trade it for the world. But they drive you nuts. And if you have, like my dog, the German Shepherd, just be prepared. You need a whole different kind of vacuum. I have to vacuum like twice, like every other day. It's twice every other day. Like, I probably vacuum like, most people vacuum once a week. I vacuum like every other day. Because if I don't, the hair piles up to the point where it clogs my vacuum. Like, I have to keep, like, dumping it and then starting it over again. And I can't believe how cold this thing stayed. Now I can stop drinking this water, though. When I eat, I like to have, like something with a little to it. When I'm not eating, I gotta make sure, because last time I poured this all over myself. I don't want to do that. I gotta make sure that I drink water. Today I had a sugar-free Monster. Didn't have a coffee. Had a Monster. I just want something different. I've been drinking a lot of coffee recently. Just, I want to say a glass. I drink a lot of caffeine. I know some people will, you know, the health police out there will tell you, oh, well, coffee's bad for you because they said it's bad for you. Cool. I'm not arguing with you. I understand. Let me live. How many people I've had approach me over things and tell me, you know, your cholesterol's got to be through the roof. Your this has got to be. I do get blood work done. I got it done this year after I had COVID. And the only time my blood panels have ever come back bad was before I started doing OMAD, when I was attempting unsuccessfully to eat clean. And I'm not telling you that eating clean is bad. I'm not telling you that my way that I eat is the way to go. What I am saying is it works for me. I understand my body. I understand where to get different minerals and vitamins and the different vitamins that I take. You know, I did a Q&A on this kind of stuff, but I've got it pretty in tune. I'm not telling anybody, and anybody who tries or says they want to eat like me, I usually try to talk them out of it. That's a fact. But for me, it works. You know, I understand. And I practice moderation when it comes to crap, as much as people don't believe it. These kind of meals, I would fill up on steak, mussels, simple protein, Brussels sprouts. When it comes to the fast food, like today I had the Burger King. I had two jalapeno poppers. Cheddar, jalapeno, whatever they were. I had maybe 3 sips of the vanilla, 3 sips of the chocolate milkshake, and maybe 3 bites of the Whopper. Like, I didn't eat everything. You know, that's not what I'm doing when I'm reviewing stuff. Now, the pizza meals, I say this all the time. Those kinds of meals for me, can I finish them? Yes. I don't finish them every single time. Like, if it's something for the content, the shakaroni, stuff like that, yeah, I ate the whole thing. Actually, I didn't. I left the jalapeno popper bites, whatever the heck they were, because I don't need to eat more crap just to say I ate it. Like, that's not why I'm here, you know? So, I think people misconstrue that. With the sushi and stuff like that, it might not look like it, but you can get a pretty easy macro count on sushi where you can fit it into your day and eat a ton of it compared to other stuff. Don't get it wrong. I don't put soy sauce on my sushi or anything like that. I will do the spicy mayo on some, or like tempura or things like that, but I factor that in. That's why I don't eat the soy sauce. Another trick you can do, and some people do this, is actually add water to their soy sauce to dilute it, and they say they can't taste the difference. I don't need it, but with sushi I will have most of the rolls, but like anything on the peripheral, like the made fun and stuff like that, sometimes I don't finish it. Not because I can't, but because I don't need to, because that's not the purpose of what I do. You get what I'm saying? So I want to make that clear to people. These are the kind of meals that I fill up on. Meals that I cook. fast food and stuff like that, I have moderation. These Takis were tremendous. I ate every single one of the 10 that were here. There are 50 left in here. I'm not going to touch them. You get what I'm saying? Will I have them another day in moderation? Yes. So, when it comes to the BS food, food that doesn't have nutritional value. Okay? Don't say good and bad food, because that's not a good thing to say, in my opinion. You know, there's food out there where, to me, it's just empty calories. There are nutrients in here that the body can use, but not as much as mussels or Brussels sprouts or things like that. So this is the kind of stuff that when I sit here and I'll eat everything, because this is what my body reacts to, it's what my body needs. This is the stuff that I fill up on. But the other stuff, moderation. When you see me doing reviews, and that goes for any review you've watched on this channel, you've watched on Instagram, sometimes I will eat the whole thing. If it's like, wow, this is really good, or whatever, I'll eat it. But most of the time, I do not finish any. I usually have a serving, and it's measured. When you see me eating cereal reviews, I measure it, I weigh it. When you see me eating chips, I know that 28 chips is a serving. I might only have 22. You get what I'm saying? But I know I'm in the ballpark. I'm not going to eat 1,500 calories in potato chips. And that's why people, the question I get is, why am I not overweight? Because I still understand nutritional value versus like caloric value, caloric density, things of that nature. You know, this entire big bowl of mussels is like 350 calories. Actually, wait, 170. I'm bad at math. 170, 200. It's 340 calories for all of these. And that includes the juice that I'm not eating. I mean, it's in here, but I factor it all in. I'm not going to act like I'm going to sit here and drink the broth, but I do factor it in. That includes all of that. So, you ever look up what's in mussels? There's a lot of good things the body can use. That's why I eat them, because I'm trying to get different variety as much as I can, and things of that nature. You know, people say don't eat red meat, and I get that. Maybe you have undigested red meat in your colon. I don't. And the other thing, okay, for the people still here, the poop thing, it couldn't be less true. I am not a rhinoceros. Those comments have kind of slowed down. Wow, I ate it all. Well, I still got, there we go, some sprouts. I'm just going to use my hands at this point. I don't take rhinoceros-sized poops, okay? I don't. Anybody who does OMAD or things of that nature will tell you it's not how your digestive tract works. But, or, you know, I wouldn't eat it if it made me feel sick, or maybe like poop giant piles. Like, I don't eat this way because like I think it's cool. I eat this way because it works for me. You get me? So, I just wanted to clear that up. But, as usual, I talk way too long. And one day I'm going to get a video that's only going to be like 20 minutes. It's going to have to be half the size of this meal, though. This meal would take me half the time if I wasn't sitting here chatting the entire time, but it is what it is. I enjoy it. So, if you made it to the end of the video, I do love you. Cheers. You have no idea how satisfying that sip is after that meal. It's just like, if you, I'm starting to notice a pattern too. If you watch all of the mukbangs I've done, at the end I always take a giant sip. Oh man, that's it right there. But anyway, I enjoy vibing with you guys. I'm gonna have more mukbangs for sure, more cooking videos. And now that they've reopened or allowed you to go inside of the fast food restaurants where I can kind of go in and look at the menu, because I have not been driving since this whole thing started. I haven't started my car. It's been sitting, I hope it starts, to be perfectly honest, because I haven't started it since March. It's not gonna start. It's all good. So now I saw that Burger King, that was on a whim, was allowing people to go inside to order. I did a review. So now I've got, there's a street that I live near that has a bunch of those kind of restaurants. You know, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Burger King, KFC, Popeyes, they're all there. So I'm gonna hit them up. I've got to work it into my diet, so the meals might change a little bit, but I'm not gonna like ruin my health for content purposes. So I'm not gonna sit here eating like, I may do a food challenge, I'm thinking about it. If you want to see a food challenge and you got this far, let me know in the video. But I'm going to add that in. I'm going to go back to the fast food reviews and stuff like that because I enjoy doing those. I do. I enjoy trying the new sandwiches, and that's like my thing. So I got to get back to reviewing stuff because that's my thing too. It was a very popular thing that I did, and it was something that I enjoyed as much. So we're going to bring that back into the fold on the tube. We might do some on the gram too, the shorter ones. So make sure if you're not following me on Instagram, get the Instagram in there too. I might make a second channel for that. I'm on the fence, but I've got about 15 reviews that aren't YouTube format. They're not long enough. The longer ones will go on YouTube. But I'm just giving you an update on where content's headed because I'm spitballing as I go. I just know I'm full in. I've been uploading every day, and I'm actually going to do it this time because I've never done it. I've only been focusing on Instagram, and I like YouTube stuff too. But whatever, I've been talking too long. It's your boy King Shrats. That meal was delicious. Let me move this out of the way so I can get a good look at y'all. The meal was delicious. That's that bone right there. Don't look at that. But it's been your boy King Shrats. I love y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. More content ASAP. Hand signs I made it to YouTube. I'm out.